Oh, good morning. Good morning. I'm going to interrupt my guys. Mayor Billy Vogel and I in here chit-chatting. This is U-Turn Laverne, guys. This is 1100 WSGI, and this is one street over. So much fun. Love talking to my friend, Mayor Billy Vogel. He's tired. I'm tired, too. I painted all day yesterday. What'd you do to make you so tired? Get up on that microphone now.
You know, the weekend, it was so pretty that I was on the tractor Saturday and Sunday afternoon after church. And
mowing grass before it rains again?
Spraying pastures. And wild buttercups are everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Aren't they beautiful?
I'm not talking about the pretty ones in your yard.
Yeah.
These are the ones out in the field that the cows won't eat. And,
yeah.
And, of course, last night we had county commission. And believe it or not, folks, my wife woke me up about less than an hour ago. And I've already took a shower and drove to town and tried to dodge all the school buses. Man, they're everywhere. And they stopped picking up the kids. And as I walked out of the house this morning, this second morning road, big old Tom turkeys was gobbling out in the field. And, you can tell spring's here.
Well, and they're all going to be in season here real soon.
Yeah,
too.
in April. I think it's summer.
It's coming up because I had Caleb Stratton on the other day, and that's the next season coming up. They'll start out with a juvenile turkey shoot.
Yep.
They'll have a juvenile turkey hunt, and then it'll be for the rest of the folks.
That's
the turkey
something I never
coming
got
up.
into was turkey hunting. No, it looked
I'm
like
not
to
a
me,
hunter at all.
I don't even.
I haven't ever.
I'm past trying to kill stuff.
Well, if you're like, I grew up on a hog farm, okay?
Yeah.
And we had livestock. And so if we wanted beef, Daddy would trade pork for beef at the slaughterhouse. I think that's kind of how it worked. I mean, I'm sure my mother's going, no, Laverne, that's not quite right. That's how we did. But nonetheless, we always had a freezer full of beef and pork.
Yeah.
So, and we used to kill chickens when I was a little bit. One of the biggest nightmares I ever had was my Aunt Eva. Oh, God bless her. No, I remember as a child her going and they were going to kill chickens, and she grabs one by one left with the left hand, one by the right hand, and she kind of twists her arm, and the heads pop off, and those chickens go running. I know this is horrible. That's how they used to do it.
Hey,
and then they'd hang them on the line to bleed out.
Yeah.
Oh!
We killed chickens, and I won't never forget this. We had, a lot of people in the neighborhood would come and help that knew how to do it.
Yeah.
And they did the same thing. And I was a little kid, and I'm watching chickens doing somersaults across the yard without their head.
Yes.
And I got mad.
Yeah.
It made me mad.
Oh, it freaked me out, man.
And then by the time you got done pulling them feathers out and scalding them,
yes.
If anybody wanted to go to eat chicken, it's crazy.
Hey, you know what?
If you'll eat a chicken, you'll eat anything anyway.
Oh,
but I love chicken.
I love it, but I like getting it from the store.
Yeah, that's kind of like potatoes.
All right.
Kroger grows my potatoes.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And I digress. My husband's going to wring my neck. He's like, Laverne, you need to
politics.
Get to the... Well, no, he wants to hear what happened at the commissioners meeting last night. And Billy was in here last week for 30 minutes because of the commissioners meeting. The first three y'all have for the year tend to be on the opposite week.
Yes,
you have President's Day, you have Martin Luther King Jr.
Day, and then you have spring break, where some of the commissioners do try to go somewhere, maybe spend time with their families. And it's next month will be on the 3rd, Monday night again.
Yeah.
But hey, last night was, I'm going to tell you, the agenda wasn't much.
Okay.
So it's a good thing I just got 30 minutes today.
Yeah, Mandy Christinsen's coming in here at 7:30 from the White House chamber. And so, you only got half hour, so we better get to it. What did you do last night?
Well, let me kind of start on a sad note. Former County Commissioner Tommy Baggett passed away, and I think it's worth mentioning. We talk about county government, and he was also still active on the zoning committee.
Right.
And Tommy was on the commission when I started in '98, and he was. When Tommy walked in the room, you knew it. He was quiet, but he'd always dressed so great. Ms. Ruth dressed him great, and he was, just everything about him. His decisions were solid. He had common sense, and he voted where. I probably asked Tommy today. I said, "Tommy, you ever got a vote you regret?" And in my history, I can only think of two that I wished I'd had voted another way. But one of them was after the way it worked out. And, it's just, but I'd say Tommy could say the same thing.
Right.
And and even after he got sick and ill and his health was going bad, he would ask me, said, hey, I'm thinking about retiring. And I said, no, Tommy, Robson County is not through with you yet.
Yeah.
Because he was such a servant. And I would be amiss if I didn't bring his name up while I'm talking about county government.
Amen. Absolutely. I'm glad you did that.
Tommy was a good fellow.
And
he will be missed on zoning. And, hey, I'm just, it's kind of like a history of our government.
Yeah.
If you go in there, my office, not my office, but the building up there, you'll see the pictures of county commissions past, and I've got pictures, and I'm not going to name names, but I could go on for 30 minutes and not cover them all.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's passing of the time.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen for sure. I'm glad you mentioned that for sure. But and God bless the family for sure. But now, in regards to everything else that went on yesterday, what did y'all do at the meeting? Did y'all have anything important?
Last night.
Back to topic, back to topic, Bear.
Last night was electronic meeting again by order of Governor Lee's Executive Order 78.
Hold it. Did they go back? Hold it. I thought y'all were meeting in person now.
We're still social distancing, but he's still until 1st of May.
Okay.
Electronic meetings or Zoom meetings or,
Okay.
And then there's something in the legislative about doing it forever.
Huh.
And really, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not big on that.
I have heard some people say they're so sick of Zoom meetings that
I'm sick of it.
I don't care. I'm done with them.
When we do county business, I want to be able to look a county commissioner in the face.
Yes.
When one goes to Florida and he votes from Florida, if I can't see his face, I mean, to me, that's you're just setting yourself up for maybe.
Yeah.
Hey, I trust all my county commissioners. I'm not saying one of them do it.
We know, but
it could be a 6-year-old kid on the phone, pushing a button or something. I'm just, hey, I want us all under the same roof.
Yeah.
Debating things, and but I do know that if somebody is sick, they can do it from home.
Sure. Yeah.
It's got its pluses and minuses.
Yeah.
But I'm so much wanting to get back. Like when I go to Nashville, meet with all our mayors from the GNRC meetings and our TDOT meetings and stuff, I enjoy so much being around those guys because we talk about our battles during the day, talk about our failures, things we need to change, wish we could change. I mean, there's a whole lot I wished I could change. But you have to realize that you're only one person, and everybody's got a different agenda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, very good. And so we had the electronic meeting. So you didn't have a whole lot. Did you have zoning issues?
We didn't have but one zoning issue.
Okay.
That was it. And this is just a fellow's going to build a house. So he's splitting off 4 acres away from his property and going to build a house on it.
Yeah.
But
so
let
easy.
me say that we, of course, I tell everybody to turn their cell phones off. We have to do that every month. Somebody will leave it on and it'll go off in the middle of the meeting. And, you got deputies there, and hey, go get that guy's phone.
Isn't it the truth?
But that's just part of it. But we signed the bond last Thursday. I told everybody, I know I did on this show here, that our financial bond people refinanced a $2 million bond.
Okay.
Well, I'm wrong. It's $20 million bond. And we got the interest rate in.
It's a big one.
We reconstructed it, got it in at 1.8%.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's going to save the county over the next 10 or 12 years $800,000.
Taking advantage of those low interest rates.
That's right.
Like you hear on the television and the radio all the time.
Yeah.
Refi.
Now next year there'll be something pop up that will eat that $800,000. I promise you, because we're looking at the school board's ready to buy some land this year. We're looking between. I think this is what they're looking for, but I like the idea between Greenbrier and White House to take some pressure off the Greenbrier schools and the White House schools. Well,
and the way this county is growing, and we'll be talking, I always talk about Barry and Rebecca with the Exit Realty Garden Gate team, but when you talk about real estate in this area, the way that we're growing, you've got to have schools for them. And it's just.
Well, I don't know what the answer is. Schools are expensive. New high schools close to $100 million now. By the time you do all the sports facilities for softball fields for girls, and everybody wants a soccer field, land is so expensive.
I know.
And everything costs so much to build.
Yeah.
I don't know if one day And hey, I thought the future was Zoom would be for schools and not have to build them. But it looks like as our testing's going, and so many kids is falling behind, staying at home.
They're not using self-discipline. I worked. I did traffic for 28 years. People think I flew around. I had a studio in my house, y'all, for probably 20 of those years. And I worked from home from this because you can do everything remotely, with cameras and stuff. The discipline you have to have when you work from home is intense. Yeah. Because there's so many distractions. Because I have 4 kids, and it just, you have to be so I'm an adult trying to be disciplined in my job. But can you imagine a little kid trying to do their homework?
Hey, I can't imagine
There's
me
no
when I was a kid.
There's discipline.
As soon as mom and dad left,
me too.
That football sitting in the corner,
Oh, I'd be outside.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I did my lesson.
But anyway, I could see one day us having to go to maybe year-round school. And not that the kid would go to school year-round, but the building would be used year-round.
Gotcha. Yeah. For some type of special studies and things like that.
Yeah, I could see that.
Which
some of them's used year-round now.
Yeah. Well, in college, you have intensified classes that you can take. My husband just did his master's, okay? And each semester, he did one class every single day. And so you can change the structure of how you facilitate the lessons, but you could do an intensified type of study in the summer. Yeah. There's all kinds of things you could do, but you have to just reimagine it. And
we're all going to have to be thinking out of the box.
Right.
That's for sure.
For sure.
Because especially when you're building buildings, and you cannot we are nowhere near the tax bases as some of these counties below Nashville are that's building all these schools.
Yeah.
And I know what the strain they're going through.
Right.
I had a lady call me this week that was very upset about our impact fee. And I said, ma'am, we're one of the cheapest in Middle Tennessee.
Oh, yeah.
She said, why are you even doing it? I said, because we got to build these schools, which the impact fee don't even hardly knock a dent in that.
Oh, no.
No. But I know in Williamson County and Rutherford, right now they've got fees like $40,000 to build a house. And they're talking about another school tax.
Wow.
On top of that, because they cannot build the schools and pay for it fast enough.
And an impact fee basically is, before you can start doing anything, that's a fee you have to say to build a house, correct?
Ours is $1.50 a foot, and
right.
And at one time it was $2.
Right.
Well, when the economy got bad, we lowered it down to 70 cents to try to spur a little bit of economy. Well, then all of a sudden it busted loose, and I tell people, if you can pay a contractor $150 a foot, surely you can give the county $1.50.
Yeah, but it's basically the impact your home is going to have on the county.
On the infrastructure.
On the infrastructure. So, because if you're building a new house, you're putting more people in the space, you're putting potentially children into the schools, and so that's the impact that you have on the county. That's what an impact fee is.
The bigger the county is, you're looking at more ambulances.
Oh, yeah.
We're fixing to have to put another ambulance station up there at White House because of the growth up there.
Oh, yeah.
And people fussing about $1.50 for impact fee, and then we're going to have more cops. And look at here, our jail's got 500 people in, over 500 in tonight.
Yeah.
And they say at least 3% of your population will be incarcerated at all times.
Isn't that something?
Yes. I mean, I know people say, well, you're in my pocketbook. But if you scatter that $1.50 a foot out over a 30-year loan on a house,
right,
it's pennies.
Yeah.
It's pennies. So
I'll tell you what, let's pause for a second before we go any further. And let me talk about, let's just talk about the real estate market for a minute. I'll do one of my first ads, and then we'll come back and finish up your stuff before Mandy gets in here. But Barry and Rebecca Richards with the Exit Realty Garden Gate team, friends of mine. You're going to see Barry tomorrow. We'll probably talk a little bit about his business because he's in here and he's one of our sponsors. But he's coming in to talk about the Kilgore Station Bluegrass Festival. And but he and Rebecca, they've been at the realty. Rebecca's been at it, real estate much longer than him. But he's always helped her. He was a marketer. He came out of a marketing career, went full-time with her in real estate a few years ago, but he's always been there to help her. They're the whole package. Whenever you're putting a piece of property up for sale, you want to make sure the eyes are on it, that it's being, because you can say, I'm going to sell my house, but if nobody knows it, you're not going to do very well. You want the most eyes on your property so you can get the most most out of your property. And right now it's a seller's market. You just got to make sure you get it priced where somebody can finance it. That's the big thing, and that's a fine line sometimes. And Barry and Rebecca can help you with that. If you're a buyer, get pre-qualified. That's the first thing they're going to tell you, and they can point you in the right direction to do that. Rebecca, one of the first in the area to be a seniors real estate specialist. Barry, a Zillow certified photographer, so he'll get you up on Realtor.com. Licensed and insured drone pilot, and get that drone footage, especially if you're selling acreage. And he is the one that can do those beautiful 360-degree virtual reality walkthrough tours, so people can walk through your home without having to walk through your home. They're the whole package. They buy and sell specialty. Their specialty is Robertson County, but they buy and sell in the surrounding counties, across the state line up in Kentucky. And if you want to connect with them, go to sellwithbecky.com. Sellwithbecky.com or buy, B-U-I, RobertsonCounty.com. That's again, sellwithbecky.com or buy, B-U-I, RobertsonCounty.com. Tell them you turned said hey. All right, Mr. Mayor Billy Vogel, we got to get to it. What else did you do? Okay, my husband's going to kill me.
I went from the bond signing. We got on the impact fees and everything. But I want to talk about the vaccines just a minute. They tell me by the end of next week, I think, that we will have the second doses for all Robertson County school personnel that chose to, and they'll all be taken care of. But the governor, now listen, the governor says by April the 5th that all Tennessee adults
16 and above
will be eligible for the vaccine. So that tells me I think we're right on spot maybe by the 1st of May, anybody that wants it. And right now you can get vaccinated Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday from 8:30 to 3. And I'm so wanting to get over this crap. I read yesterday where
I'm with you.
Middle Tennessee lost $303 million around Nashville in tourism and entertainment business. And if we don't get this thing kind of where everybody can go out and feel safe, some people feel safe anyway, but I'm talking about everybody can do it. I'm just ready for this to be over.
I am too.
And I think anything we can do, like get your vaccines, I'm big on keeping your hands clean. We all touch the same doorknobs. We go in the grocery store.
Good hygiene.
And handle the same buggies and carts. And I'm big on that. And I'm just, one of these days, I hope this will be in a rearview mirror and we'll say, you remember the day we had the pandemic?
Oh, I think, we're going to be there. We're going to remember it forever. Yeah,
I'm ready for that. But we had a couple election and appointments every month. We'll probably have an appointments for some committees.
Yeah.
As the county commission realigns the committees, we don't want them to get stale. I try to put people, like if you're on budget, you vote on a lot of stuff. So really, you don't need to be on any more committees, because if I had you on EMS and they want an ambulance and then they got to go to budget and get permission. Well, if you voted no on EMS, you're going to vote no on budget too. So that's a double no.
That's a conflict of interest.
I try not to have that situation. Yeah. Now, I know a lot of commissioners like to serve on a lot of committees, and but like on zoning, I've got one county commissioner on that zoning committee, and I've got two more that really won't be on it. But I tell them, if I put more than one, if you'll vote against it in zoning, then you're going to vote against it on Monday night, and that's a double no. I try not to get in that situation. I want everybody to be represented, one way or the other. But I want to give a shout out to Don Langford. Don has been on the zoning committee for years. He lives out the Coopertown Way, Sandy Springs in there. And Don's health is he's fighting some battles, and he thought it's just time for him to step aside. So there was a young man that got put on last night named John Bounty. He has a business right across from the 49 Market, and I appreciate him, because it's hard to get anybody on zoning. If you've got a neighborhood, which we're going through it right now, if you got a developer who can put a subdivision near your house, you're wearing zoning out right now, but you don't want it.
Yeah.
Nobody wants these things.
But, well, you see the extra traffic coming through, and it just,
And, it's they want to keep.
I know.
Trust me, folks, I love Mayberry. I want to stay Mayberry. But the people around us want a part of Mayberry, too, and they're coming. Nashville, they're not running them out, but if anybody can get out of Nashville and get a good price for a house, they can come to Robertson County and buy a twice-size house.
Well, we've seen that from other states.
Yeah.
My friends from California, they say they sell their home there and come and pay, buy a house outright and not even have a loan anymore. And I'm seeing that happen again and again and again because property values are so, different from the area. So,
and then also appointments last night, Mike Woolhoyt. Remember the ex-police chief, Springfield, Mike Woolhoyt?
Yeah.
Me and Mike's the same age. He is going to be replacing Russell Gupton on the 911 board. Now, Mike was on that board when that all came to being. It used to be White House and City of Springfield and the county realizing that we had to have one dispatching system. You don't call Greenbrier and talk to their dispatcher, and that dispatch the police out, and the rest of the county don't know it. We all needed to be under one dispatching system. And the one we got is a lot of counties are following us now. All the cities are in now. They're paying their dues because they use it, and we've had to hire more dispatchers. That's 24/7. We got 3 dispatchers on duty 24 hours a day out there. And trust me, don't all the calls they get is 911.
Oh, no.
Don't call them because somebody run over a dog in the middle of the road, please. They get a lot of them calls, but our towers can only handle so many pings.
Uh-huh.
And when that 911 call goes in and it pings, then that call is being scattered out among all the cities, and we're all on the same page.
The thing we need to really promote is the difference between 911 and then, because in Nashville, I know it's 862-8600 because because I've worked there for so long doing traffic.
Yeah.
And so I think we need to have a public information campaign in Robertson County to promote our non-emergency line. Do you know what it is off the top of your head? The non-emergency line for 911.
And I know 811 because I used to be in the water business.
Yeah.
And people wouldn't call that when they's digging and,
Yeah, if somebody knows because I've asked Jessica and the different ones like from the police office or police chief's office or sheriff's office. I think Jessica Drake and I talked about that at one point from the sheriff's office. But if somebody knows it, put it in comments, and I'm going to start pushing that because they push it really hard in Nashville because it's such a problem. So we really need to start stressing that there's a difference between a emergency. Life-threatening emergency, and then there's a non-emergency line. Here we go. Caleb just put it up for us. It's 615. It's 384-4911. So in Nashville, you hear 862-8600. That's the non-emergency line in Nashville. Here in Robertson County, it's 384-4911. Yeah. So we're going to start promoting that. I'm going to personally do that. 384-4911, 384-4911 for a non-life-threatening emergency. 911 when you have, that's kind of easy too because it's just 4-911.
Yeah.
So you're good for if you want to get 4-911 non-emergency. So you just kind of put 384-4911. Yeah. I will never forget it again. Thank you, Caleb.
Hey, thank you.
We're going to start promoting that. It needs to be on a billboard. We need a billboard, non-emergency.
But I'd have to listen when you're paying your property tax, close to 6 cents is what the county's spending on 911 for you. And that's a service that benefits you because, I remember a time when I first got elected county commissioner, I had people 45 minutes from an ambulance.
Yeah.
Them days are over. Mm-hmm. If you can get 911 and get an ambulance there, many lives are saved. And there's stuff on that ambulance. An ambulance now is about $200,000. But there's stuff on that ambulance that will save your life.
Yeah.
And we've gone so far since I was first on the commission in 98. But these things are not cheap.
Yeah.
They're not cheap. Like I say, ambulance is $200,000. That's more than a penny on the property rate for an ambulance. So
what else you got? Because Mandy's in here. You got 5 minutes.
Hey,
what else you got?
Well, that's after we get by, we had one zoning issue and we had 14 new resolutions, but most of them is where just old stuff that surplus property from the sheriff, the schools.
Right.
Surplus. Here's another school, which was them old computers. Probably the biggest thing that I'm proud of is renewed the county attorney contract. Clyde Richard has been our county attorney for 30 years.
Okay.
And before I even ran for mayor, I went to Clyde Richard and I said, promise me you're not going to go nowhere for 4 years. Because I'm going to tell you, he has done this county an excellent job. He has done it at a low expense to the taxpayers.
Right.
And he knows county. He's been at it so long that he knows county business and what has to be done. He's the one that writes up all our resolutions. So and keeps us straight with the state government, in case so we won't be bending no rules and all that. He has done so much for us, and of course he handles our lawsuits too. And every county, I mean, you'd be surprised the lawsuits that will come out of your jail system and stuff like that. And it's not that the sheriff and them's doing anything wrong. It's just I'll be honest with you, all these lawyers out there, they're looking for clients. So. Yep.
You see the commercials. You see the commercials. Can't miss them.
Hey, this county could not survive without our county attorney, and I appreciate Clyde.
New contract. Very good.
We're not borrowing $400,000. We're spending $400,000. As this county grows, we got to put our voting machines. Listen, this voting system, election has changed. Mm-hmm. These machines have to be on a lock and key. They got to be in a room. It's same temperature year round, all day long, and we're having to get new machines because our population's growing, and we're having to build a room. It's going to cost $400,000 to put these machines in.
Okay.
They have to be plugged in at all times. The state comes in and tests them to be sure they have been tampered with. They're under lock and key and camera.
And they don't have anything to do with Dominion.
So that's $400,000, folks, that we did not see coming.
Okay.
You'd be surprised at things that come down and hit you every day. And some of them I'm okay with, but when the state mandates me and the federal government mandates me, if you're going to mandate me, help me pay for it. Just don't tell me this is what you got to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, very good. You got anything else?
That's kind of around. We wrapped it up, That's about wrapped it up. It's time for Mandy.
Yep.
I hope Mandy's here. Is she out there?
She's right. Yeah, she's here. She's here.
Since the pandemic, I have got to see all them up there at White House.
Uh-huh.
We used to go up there and she'd have the best meals and have a program. And, man, I miss that so much.
I do, too. I'm just getting together with folks.
Why did I have to be mayor during the pandemic?
Because for such a time as this, God puts you in a position for such a time as this. Well, you're a good guy. You're a nice guy. And people can connect with you because you're one of them.
Well,
does that make sense? Because when you've got
I enjoy being around people.
But that's the thing. When you've got somebody in political positions that people can't identify with, that they seem like, well, you don't understand what I'm going through. You farm, you get it all. Yeah. You get what this county is going through.
I fall off a tractor like everybody else. Let me tell you. But Mandy and the chambers have been. You talking about thinking out of a box?
Yes, for sure.
And Mandy does a great job up at White House.
Very much so. And we're going to get him on in here. Yeah. He says it's just may be your finest hour is what Aaron Slate says. He says it may just be your finest hour, Mayor Vogel.
I have to admit, being mayor, I've met people like Aaron Slate and Mandy that I didn't know before.
Yeah,
I didn't know them. And Aaron's a veteran, young veteran.
Marine veteran.
Yeah. And hey, he's starting out in a new business, and he's doing great, I think.
Oh yeah, he's doing great. Yeah. He's in here
Greenbrier can be proud.
Absolutely, he's the president of the Greenbridge Chamber, and we're going to get the president. Thank you, Mayor Vogel. We're going to get the president of the White House Chamber in here right now. Go ahead and make the switch, Mandy. Come on in here. And while she's making that switch, I'm going to talk to you about my friends over at Reiselman Buick GMC. And when you talk about, we're talking about people coming to our county when they pick out our county. That's what the Reiselmans did, and I tell this story a lot because I want to make sure you know it. They picked us. Todd and Courtney Reiselman, they were in the auto industry. They were looking for a place to buy a dealership, and they saw Robertson County, and they're like, oh, we want to go there. They picked us to build a business, and they saw a great thriving business with the Buick GMC dealership, and they came in and bought it and made it their own, and they're just great folks, and they are still one of the largest GMC Buick inventories in Tennessee. They've got everything you need for the new lot. If you want something new, come and take a look because things come in new all the time. Todd can't stress enough, though, if you have something real specific you want, a particular color of interior, a particular color exterior, and different bells and whistles, he says order it. When it gets here off the truck, it's yours. If you're a pre-owned person like I am, go and check out the pre-owned lot. They got new stuff coming in, new pre-owned stuff coming in all the time. Sometimes it gets there and it's in such that a lot of people will buy a car, drive it for a year. They'll put put a set number of miles on it, they'll turn it back in or trade it back in, and it still has factory warranty on it. You can get pre-owns like that. You can get certified pre-owned that has a multi-point inspection to make sure it's everything you need it to be, and they have options on financing, leasing, whatever it is you need to do to get that new vehicle in your driveway. They can help you out. You can start the process online, ReiselmanBuickGMC.com. Go online and check out the vehicles. You can even go on there and start filling out applications. So when you get on the lot, all you got to do is talk to one of the great sales staff there, and they'll get you going and get you behind the wheel very quickly. They are open. Here are the dealership hours: Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. until 7:30 p.m., and then Saturday, 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. The service department has hours every single one of those days. They're open until noon on Saturday. So whatever you need from service, you can go by there and talk to them and get it and get it taken care of. And just again, great selection from pre-owned, from new, from the GMCs to the Buicks, and that fabulous Sierra with the 6-function multi-pro tailgate. It's the Swiss Army knife of tailgates. Everybody wants one of those if you're a truck person. See them today. Courtney and Todd Reiselman at Reiselman Buick GMC, 2516 Memorial Boulevard. You know where it is. And you can call them at 615-384-3559, 615-384-3559. Tell them that U-Turn sent you. Thank you for joining us for One Street Over. Mandy is in the house.
Hello.
How are you doing? I get a text from her. She goes, I'm coming on tomorrow, because we had the confusion. I didn't know they were going to move the commissioners meeting to the fourth week, because it was spring break. And so I had, Billy scheduled last week, and he's like, well, we're not having the commissioners meeting until next week. And so I was trying to jumble stuff, but you were on spring break last week.
Yes, we were.
And so she's like, okay, am I still coming Tuesday? Thank you for you.
Oh,
well,
absolutely.
And your friend that you mentioned to me, you sent me a text about her being the business of the week. Tell me her name.
Hannah. With Oak and Pine Workshop.
Well, and I finally reached out to her yesterday, so I'm not sure if Hannah's coming on Thursday or not, but we're working on that, because I really want to. I'm all the way over on this end of the county, and we forget our brothers and sisters over in White House. It's not that far, but we're all part of the same family.
Yes,
and we need to remember that.
Oh, yeah, because we want to keep all of our business in the county. That's our goal, is keep it local and keep it in the county. Yeah. And, White House has got some really unique things to offer that Springfield and Greenbrier don't have, and the same as for Springfield and Greenbrier. We come over here, and we like to eat at Public House or Golly G's, or, do some of those fun things. But White House has got a lot of fun stuff, too. So,
well, what's the name of the restaurant that the little girl that has Public House has over there?
Molly Pazzo.
Yeah, I was trying to think of the name of that the other day, because we were talking about Italian restaurants. I said, well, there's one in White House, and she owns the Public House, and I can't remember.
And it is fabulous.
That's what I was telling someone, and I could not. I'm so sorry, I couldn't remember the name, but I haven't had a chance to go there yet, because it's out of my neighborhood.
Yes, yeah.
We need to get out of our neighborhood, stay in the county.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah. So. All right, sister, what's happening in White House?
Well, things are getting going. Spring is here, and the weather's changing, and we're hoping that that's going to stay in our favor, and we're moving away from closures and all that stuff that 2020 brought with us. But the city of White House is actually turning 50 this year.
Aren't you glad it didn't happen last year?
I am so glad it didn't happen last year, yes.
Yeah.
And so we've got that big celebration coming up. Of course, White House.
Look at her shirt.
Yes, I wore the shirt today. I normally don't wear a t-shirt to work on Tuesdays. Do sometimes, but yeah.
It's all about marketing.
This is marketing our event shirt. We got these in yesterday, and so
lovely.
I grabbed one, and so this will be the commemorative 50th anniversary shirt.
Very nice.
But White House, and we've had a lot of questions about that. White House has obviously been around longer than 50 years, but the city was incorporated 50 years ago. So that's what we're celebrating, the incorporation of the city of White House, and it's this Saturday is the big birthday party, March 27th, because that's actually the date the vote was held for incorporation or for against incorporation.
Okay.
So it worked out in our favor that it was on a Saturday. So we've got a big birthday party planned for the city of White House.
So what's that going to look like?
So it is going to be at the Fran Hudson Amphitheater, and we are going to have free cupcakes for the first 500 people. We're going to have, in birthday party fashion, we're going to have balloon artists and face painters and caricature artists, so that the kids and the adults can enjoy some of those things. That's all free. So we'll have it spaced out so that we can get a lot of people in there. We're going to have a very short program with the first mayor of White House, Mayor Hobbs, will be with us, and he will give us a little recollection of
wonderful.
The incorporation. And then we've got a hometown favorite, and he is a resident of White House, graduated from White House High School in the 70s, so he's part of that 50th anniversary, Jeff Allen, and AC Drive is going to do a live concert. So it's 3 to 6 p.m. this Saturday at the Fran Hudson Amphitheater, and that's 105 College Street. So we'll have really quick program, lots of fun activities, some free cupcakes, a concert, and then we're also going to have a couple of food trucks there too. Witt's Barbecue and Kona Ice. And the weather really looks like it's going to be in our favor, so we're excited about that.
That's what I was going to say. As you were sitting there, and I was in my mind going, and the weather's going to be 78 for the high and sunny.
Yes, we're so excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
Because last week there was some rain in the forecast, and we're like, please, no rain. So yeah, it looks like it's going to be gorgeous, and it's opening day for our Dixie Youth program and for our soccer program. So the kids are going to be out, and everybody's going to be excited, and we're just really hoping that we'll have a big crowd there to celebrate the anniversary of White House and the birthday of White House. And we've got lots of other things planned throughout the year. So we're going to make it a year-long celebration. But this is really the big kickoff of that as the birthday party.
I think we all just need to spend some time in prayer Saturday, thanking the good Lord for the beauty of the day, because it's going to be beautiful.
Yes.
And as y'all get going, give him the glory for getting us through this last year.
That's right.
So I would be opening with a prayer for sure and close it, because it's just been, you think about where we were this time last year.
Oh, yes.
Still kind of going, just another week or two.
Right. Yes.
Just another week or two.
Yeah.
And
everything will be back to normal next month.
Yeah. Because we're just approaching April. I had 2 weddings. I had a May and a July wedding, and I thought, it'll be fine by then. It wasn't.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
It was,
we had our weddings, but wow.
We had no idea what the year held, last year at this time. We were very innocent.
Yes, we were. Well, very good. So before we finish the show, we'll go back through those times again. But you got the big birth. I'm so glad we had you in this week, because we have to talk about this. And I can't say it enough. I know that somebody, Carolyn has said, I sent you a message. Yes, I saw that, but I haven't had a chance to get back with you. Please, please, please message me and remind me if you need to come on the show and you've got something local. We want to have you on. I just have a lot of different jobs, so sometimes it takes me a minute to call you back. But so don't hesitate to reach out to me, and I'm so glad that we got you on when you had something so important coming up.
It did definitely work out good.
Very much so. And so with all that said, what else have you got happening in White House?
we have a lot of things happening. Like I said, we're really kind of opening up. This is our first big live in-person event, and then on April 8th, we've got our chairman's celebration. That was the very first event that we had to cancel last year because of COVID, and we canceled it. We really were one of the first in the area to cancel anything because of the pandemic, but we canceled that event. It was supposed to be a Roaring 20s celebration, and we have it every year. It's where we celebrate the chairman's accomplishments and we recognize the board, but it's really just a party to celebrate the chamber. And so everybody had their costumes, and when we canceled, everybody said, please still have this theme. Please don't, move away from this. So we said, okay, it's still the 20s. We'll have it.
Sure.
So that is, like I said, a Thursday, April 8th.
Okay.
It's going to be at Spring Lake Farm. They're one of our members. They're close to Portland, but it's a great event center. It's beautiful out there. And so we are going to have a murder mystery program. So we're very excited about that. We had that scheduled last year too. So we just really rolled it all over. So it was very easy for us. We didn't have a lot of planning to do, and we already had our decorations and things. But tickets are still open for that.
Well, that was my next question.
Yes.
Can we still get a ticket to go to this?
You can still get a ticket. You can go to our website. It's at whitehousechamber.org, or you can go to our Facebook page, and it's under the events tab on our Facebook page. And the Bakery Box is going to be our caterer for that event, and she always does a great job with her menus because she designs them based on the theme. So she has a lot of Gatsby-themed items on the menu. It's going to be a lot of fun. So we're very excited about that too.
And you said it's on the 8th, which is it's the
April 8th.
second Thursday. The
Yes.
second Thursday. I was kind of looking to see how this falls, but That would be so much fun.
Yes,
that
we're very
so
excited.
Much fun to dress up. Oh,
yes,
fun.
Yes, very very
Lee
excited.
Marie, that sounds like it's down your alley. Our my producer, I call her my producer here on the show. She helps me booking guests and stuff. But she loves costume.
Oh yes,
she loves costume. I don't know if you know Lee Marie.
I don't think I've met her.
Oh, she needs to go to this.
Yes.
She needs to go to this. Maybe,
well, she's welcome to come.
Maybe us girls will get together.
Oh, it would be
my
such a
husband's
fun night.
working.
Yes.
I have neglected my girlfriends because I have been so busy with everything, and I've had so many girlfriends call me and say, "Can you go to?" I'm like, "No, I can't." I could call them and say, "Let's all go to this." This would be fun.
It's a fun night, and we have businesses do centerpieces and decorate the tables, and we do a centerpiece auction at the event, and that money goes to help fund the operations of the chamber. And a lot of times we'll have tickets to concerts and events, and of course those are open and back up too. So we're excited to see what some of the table decorations will be. We've got one in that is a kind of with the speakeasy theme. It's got some Jack Daniels and some poker cards and things like that. So we'll have a lot of fun with that event, and it's always a great night to recognize. And of course, that chairman, Tal Plumley, he kind of got pushed to the side when all of this happened, and so he has been a great leader in White House and for the chamber and for the community. He always is doing things, so it's a joy to be able to celebrate him, even though he wasn't chairman this past year. So our current chairman, Josh White with Farmers Bank, he decided, or the board decided, that we would just keep them on for another year because, last year was kind of we needed a do-over. So we just kind of kept everybody around so that they had that opportunity to serve and participate.
Well, and they said with the fair board, I had Trent Cobbs in here with Miranda, and same situation.
Right.
She's supposed to be president, but they're, it's kind of a do-over, really.
Yes.
That's the best way to say it.
Right.
And we had a lot of things that were supposed to be themed Roaring Twenties, and I think, because, our Friday night markets were supposed to be the Roaring. So we still want that, y'all, because that's a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
The Roaring Twenties was just the Roaring Twenties, and it was just a fascinating time of history. And I don't want to get off in that, but that would be so much fun to go ahead. We're still in the 20s, like you said.
Right. Absolutely.
Yes. So I think we need to keep that theme for Friday Night Market, y'all, here locally.
Yes.
But so what is the deadline to get tickets for this? Because this sounds like so much fun.
The deadline is the Friday before that. So is that like the
That'd be
third,
the second.
Okay.
That's the 2nd of April.
Yes.
So you've still got a week
Yes.
to get tickets. You've got a week to get tickets, a week and a little bit, to think about it and see if you can work it into your schedule, and tell us again the details. What's the time and all that?
It starts at 6. Well, actually, I believe it starts at 5:30 or 6. I have to go back and look, but that information is on the event page.
Okay.
And it usually wraps up by about 9:30 or 10.
Okay.
So it's not a late night. You can, go out and still get home in time to go to work the next day.
Well, it's Friday, so you just got to get through one day.
So just one day.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
And you don't have to dress up, but it is a lot of fun to dress up. We usually give some prizes away to the best dressed couple and things like that. The murder mystery is going to be great because a lot of our members will be some of the actors in it. We have some actors coming in from Nashville that will kind of lead the show, but then we have a few stars of our own that will be participating in that part of the show.
I love murder mystery stuff. And that right there is the reason why I'm like, I want to go.
It's exciting.
That would be so much
Yes.
fun.
Yeah.
I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And so what a fun day. What a fun night. That everybody needs to I mean, we're all ready to do something.
Right. Yes.
So, okay.
Yes.
I don't know if I can do it or not. I haven't looked at my calendar at work to see what's going on, but
yes. And if anybody's concerned,
Okay.
it is a large venue.
Okay.
And so we've made sure that we can have some adequate social distancing. So if you're not comfortable being in a crowd, you can kind of choose your comfort level.
And what's the name of the venue again?
Spring Lake Farm.
Spring Lake Farm. Got it. Okay. Well, very good. That sounds like such a fun event. Now, I know that can't be it. We've got 15 more minutes.
Oh, no,
I'll
that's
do an
not
ad,
it.
but we can do that in a minute. What else you got?
Our next event is April 28th, and I'm hoping I'm getting these dates right, but that is a Wednesday, and that's our Power Hour. And we had been doing Power Hours, which is a networking lunch. It's a Dutch treat lunch. If you're able to come out and join us for lunch, we encourage you to do so. We support a local business. That is going to be at El Ranchero. It's one of our favorite Mexican restaurants in White House, and we will have anywhere from 15 to 20 people usually join us for lunch, and we do very casual networking. So we usually have an icebreaker question. Megan, who works with me, is in charge of that, and she comes up with some really quirky questions for everybody to answer. And then you get your 30-second elevator pitch, where you tell about your business, but then we just get to enjoy each other's company. So we're very excited to be able to start doing those again. We did one or two back before Christmas, but we just, we were very cautious about that, but we're ready to get going again. And El Ranchero is always a great host for us, and you can't go wrong with cheese dip and salsa. So we're excited about that. So that's April 28th at 11:30. Okay. And you can RSVP to let us know that you're coming, so we have adequate seating, but you don't have to RSVP. If you find yourself in White House and can come, and you don't have to be a chamber member to participate in this. This is kind of our introduction to the chamber, so we welcome anybody who's got a business to come out and participate in that and see, what it's like to be part of the chamber and some of the networking opportunities that we can provide.
Very good. And I know that's pretty common for the chambers to have those little, it's just a brainstorming, those types of things. Where these ideas like the Roaring Twenties party comes up, right?
Right. Yes.
That's where you get those cool ideas. So, okay. So we've got the birthday celebration coming up Saturday. We've got the Roaring Twenties chairman celebration, right, on the 8th of April. And then your power hour on the 28th of April, which is a Wednesday. I checked. So
correct.
It's 11:30.
Yes.
So anything else that you need to promote? Or
Well, I've got more. I do have more.
Keep
I
going.
didn't know if you needed to do a commercial or not.
We'll do it. I'm going to talk about Corbin Creek. We'll talk about them in just a minute.
All right.
Go ahead.
So in May, we will start our luncheons again.
Very good.
Normally, we have a monthly luncheon where it's open to our members and the community to come out. And as Billy mentioned, we try to have some really good food at those to make people happy to be eating lunch with us.
Okay, now what's the difference between that and the power hour that you're having?
So the power hour is just a really casual networking event. Our luncheons are... there's networking that happens there, but we usually have a speaker at those.
Okay.
And so our speaker in May is going to be our city administrator, Gerald Herman.
And when does that happen?
That is May 18th.
Okay.
It's the third Tuesday of the month.
Third Tuesday. Okay.
And we're actually going to have that at our city hall. So it will be at City Hall. In the gymnasium. It will be a seated lunch. We had done a few luncheons last year that were box lunches and, distance and things like that. But this will be a seated lunch, plated lunch, and Mr. Herman will bring the program. And normally he is our January or February speaker. He kicks off the year for us. Of course, this year we're a little behind on getting kicked off, but he will give an update on all of the things that are happening in White House. He'll talk a little bit about some of the budget things that are going on, the residential and commercial projects. He just gives a really good overview. And typically he has a video that he will play. And I believe this year Peter Stratton is working on a video with him for the 50th anniversary, of course.
Of course, yeah.
But so we're excited about that. That's always a really well-attended luncheon. And because everybody wants to know what's going on and hear what's going on. So we're excited to get that going again, too.
And it's your county administrator.
City administrator.
Or your city administrator. What am I saying? That county's Billy.
Yeah.
But anyway, just like we have Ron Martin, the city manager. So
exactly.
Same type of position, just a different title.
Yes.
So very good. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's pause for a minute.
Okay.
We've still got 10 minutes, man. We got tons of time. And so I try to get to business right away, because if I don't, my husband whines at me. He's like, "You have these people on, and you need to talk about what they want to talk about." So anyway. But I tend to kind of go down rabbit holes. It's just what I do. My mind goes all over the place. But I'm going to stop for a minute and talk about my friends at Corbin Creek Greenhouse Gifts Nursery and Gardening Center. Everybody knows I take the CBD because I talk about it a lot. And yesterday, I was off yesterday except for radio. And so I spent the entire day painting. Well, if you're like me, if you have arthritis, you know that when you do something, I was on my feet. I'm not used to being on my feet all day, doing the painting motion up and down the ladder. But at the end of the day, oh my goodness. Now, I was doing great. I moved just fine, which is unusual because I didn't used to be able to do that work without really noticing it. And once I stopped, my arthritis just started going, Artie's here. Well, I have found that when I have a really, really stressful day like that, when I go to bed, my legs hurt so bad I can't sleep. I can take the CBD and it takes the edge off, and it makes all the difference in the world. I can't explain it, but it has been a game changer for me where it comes through that overall arthritic ache. Now, that does not mean to say that I don't have arthritis pain, because I have arthritis and it's part of it. So it's a maintenance thing. When I went to Michigan last month, a couple of days I forgot to take my CBD oil because I was off my schedule. I noticed it very, very quickly. All I can say is try it. It might be a game changer for you. It's a natural product. It's a Robertson County product. Bill grows the plants, he grows the hemp, and they process it at a lab up in Jolton, but it's Robertson County CBD. You know exactly what you're getting. If you're interested in this, and if you're like me, and you think it's snake oil, and you think it's a network marketing scheme, well, it's not. It's something that's very beneficial. At least it has been for me. My doctor recommended it. Dr. Hodrick up in Nashville, Southern Joint Replacement, recommended I check out CBD, and I have a lot of respect for that man. So I thought, okay, I better check it out. And it was a game changer for me with my inflammation, and it may be for you. So go and see them and talk to them about CBD products. And of course, everything you know about Corbin Creekwood. I thought that they were just a garden center where you could get hanging baskets and plants before I knew about the CBD and all the great bedding plants and shrubberies and just beautiful, beautiful things for your yard, for your home, for your garden. They are your source. We love them. They are a favorite here in Robertson County. Everybody loves talking to Miss Amy, Miss Jane. Go and see them today. Corbin Creek Greenhouse, Gifts, Nursery, and Gardening Store. No matter what you need for your garden, your home, your yard, and of course CBD. 615-384-3185. 615-384-3185. They're at 4920 Highway 161. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 5. Sunday from 1 to 5. And when you get out there, be sure and tell them U-Turn sent you, and just be ready for Miss Amy to be giddy because it's warm again. And she hates cold weather. When I would visit with her during the cold times, she would just be just miserable. I'm ready to put my shorts on. So anyway, I've got to get by there because I'm getting close to being out of oil. But anyway. All right, Mandy, what else you got for me?
Okay. All right. Well, we are continuing our 50th anniversary celebration. Our Americana celebration, which is an annual event, is going to be a little bit bigger, a little bit better in honor of the 50th anniversary. It is on. It's another event that was canceled last year, but we are super excited to be hosting that event again. It is a carnival. And then we end it with a grand finale, the Americana celebration on Saturday. So the carnival will open on Wednesday, July 10th at White House City Park. Let me back up. I think July 10th is actually the date. The carnival opens on July 7th.
And the 7th is a Wednesday. The 10th is a Saturday.
The 10th is the grand finale, Americana celebration and Brandon Webster fireworks show. We will have live music. We are going to have stilt walkers. We're going to have fire jugglers. We'll have face painting. Yeah, we've got some really exciting things planned. The Wanna Beatles are going to come sing for us. And
that must be a Beatles cover band.
They are a Beatles cover band. And Vinyl Radio will be there as well. And the carnival will be going on. We'll have a dozen or so food trucks there. It's a great family event. It's free. Of course, the carnival does cost, but a lot of the activities at the Americana celebration are free. We have shuttle buses that will be running throughout town, so there'll be satellite parking. You don't have to get in the mix of parking. You can get on an air-conditioned bus and ride to the park and be dropped off right at the entrance of the event. So we're very, very excited to have that back in White House this year at the City Park. And then on September 18th, we're going to have an evening with the arts, which is also a celebration for the 50th anniversary. And what we're going to do there is we're going to highlight some of the local talent that we have in White House and Robertson and Sumner County. And we're going to have live art demonstrations happening. So it will be, we started off calling it a gala, but then we were like, gala's a little too frou-frou for us. We don't want to scare anybody away, but it's going to be kind of similar to a farm-to-table dinner. We're going to have it all set up on the grounds at the Chamber and the museum. Okay. So it'll be an outdoor event, but we're going to have food and wine, and then we'll have the art demonstrations. And 10-7 Barnes is going to be there. I don't know if you've talked to them. That would be a great...
10-7 Barnes.
Yes. Yeah. I'll tell you more about them. But they're Robertson County through and through.
Tell me again the name of this event.
Evening with the Arts.
Evening with the Arts.
Yes.
Okay, well, send me the information on 10/7.
Yes, I definitely will.
Evening with the Arts. I love it. Okay, and so that is on the 18th of September.
Yes, and that will be a ticketed event.
Okay.
The museum will be open. We are going to have lots of displays. We've had citizens and people sending us photos of the last 50 years, so we've got lots of displays that we'll be showing to highlight White House. We'll have some merchandise available there. And then, of course, we're going to be highlighting those artists. We'll have some people doing live paintings, some different types of artwork. 10/7 is going to be doing some Christmas ornaments, and we will be auctioning that merchandise off at the end of that evening, and the money raised for that will go to the museum so that we can continue our work and keeping up with the history of White House. So we're really excited about that too.
I imagine those the ornaments that 10/7 makes will be something to do with the 50th anniversary. I bet.
Well, if they're going to be
Maybe.
they're going to be Robertson County. It's smoking barns, you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, very good. I'll have to get them on and talk to them. And just love hearing from the businesses and different ones that we can talk to. Now, do you have anything else on the calendar? I'm putting you down.
We do.
So
we also have
our
50th anniversary celebration will culminate with our Christmas parade, which is the first Saturday of December.
Gotcha.
We're building a new city hall. It's supposed to be ready by that time, but it's a construction project, so we're being a little bit cautious with that. But there's the possibility that we'll be able to give tours of that. We are working on a time capsule event. It's going to be a really exciting Christmas parade.
So that is on Saturday, December 4th. That's the first Saturday in December. That is the White House Christmas parade. We got you covered this year.
Yeah,
My goodness, we got a lot.
Our calendar is full.
And that's wonderful. Isn't it nice after last year?
It's amazing. Yes, it's so exciting. Yeah. We were really a little hesitant at the beginning of the year because we didn't want to. It was hard on our psyche to have to cancel these events, and so we said we're gonna push it out, and then in April we're hitting it. And so far we have really been fortunate that it looks like we're going to be able to roll, and we're excited. So, but that first event, I'll go back over it one more time.
Let's hit that one more time.
Yes, it is the birthday celebration for White House. White House turns 50. That is this Saturday, March 27th at the Fran Hudson Amphitheater. That's located at 105 College Street, right in the heart of White House. The event starts at 3 p.m. and is scheduled to go to 6 p.m. We'll have a short presentation with the first mayor of White House, Dr. Billy Hobbs.
I think that's cool.
And we will have free cupcakes for the first 500 people. We've got a couple of food trucks there. We're going to have free face painting, free caricature artists, and free balloon artists that will be at that event. And you can park there's a grassy lot off of College Street. You can park there. There's some parking at an area church that you can do. So that's a great opportunity to come out and celebrate White House. The weather's supposed to be in the mid-70s with sun shining. So it's going to be a great day to celebrate White House and celebrate spring.
I love it. It's going to be wonderful. It's so funny that 10/7, Stephanie Doris just sent me a message, says, visit our page, the 10/7 Barn. And what's really funny is I put numerical 10. It's 10 TIN.
Yes.
So thank you, Stephanie, for clarifying that. So the TIN-7 Barn. I'm going to check it out.
Yes, and you can check out our Facebook page. They're one of our new members, and they have done some custom barns for us that are like the barns in White House. And they can do custom barns. They can take wood from your family's barn. They use tobacco sticks typically, but I mean, it's just amazing. When they delivered our barns, it was like Christmas morning. We were so giddy, and we got to see them smoke. We've got a video on our Facebook page, so go check out our Facebook page. That's a great place to follow us to find out what's happening in White House. We try to add any of the other local events to our Facebook page too, so that it's a good resource for the community. And we welcome anybody in Robertson County to come over and see us in White House and discover all the great things that White House has to offer.
I love it. Mandy Christinsen, she is the president of the White House Chamber, and just get in touch with them. Go to the webpage. Tell them again how to get in touch with you in these last minutes, and give them the times on Saturday. We'll take an extra minute. Just one more time.
Our website is whitehousechamber.org, and we are White House Area Chamber of Commerce on Facebook. The birthday party is this Saturday, March 27th from 3 to 6 p.m. at the Fran Hudson Amphitheater, 105 College Street.
Very good. So glad to have you in here. And tomorrow we are going to visit with my friends from the Kilgore Station Bluegrass Festival, and we're going to talk about that. Guess what? It's good news. And I got Donovan Hilton, and I got Otis Smith coming in here to give us an update on the pickup that they did over in the Bransford area just a few weeks ago. So we're going to talk to them again as well. So great stuff happening here on One Street Over tomorrow on 1100 WSGI. Thank you for joining us. God bless. Have a wonderful day.